This summer marks the 6th year of Camp YouCan. It's special because it's just for kids and teens with epilepsy.
For them, too many days are filled with reminders of what shouldn't be done. This camp provides a fun, safe environment, perfect for making memories.
It does. Founder and director Meg Boozing is with us this morning.
Hi,
Good to see you,
Meg.
Meg.
Nice to have you.
I'm looking forward to hearing about this camp. But can we get to your story a little bit? How did this camp come about, and take us back to the beginning?
Sure. Well, having epilepsy myself for about the past 15 years, I've found out, that sometimes you can feel alone with a diagnosis of epilepsy. Sometimes it can make someone sad that they feel so alone. And so I wanted to create a place for kids to come and find that they're not alone, and that there are other kids who have epilepsy, have seizures themselves, and that there are so many things that they can do. So I've just used my story to kind of know what I can do for the community, for these kids.
You've walked a mile in their shoes,
Sure.
which is everything.
Yeah,
and it's why it led, there wasn't anything like this in Nebraska before you and your husband and this group around you decided to create Camp YouCan. Who do you serve as we take a look at some of the video here from camp?
Sure. Well, we serve kids ages 7 to 17 with epilepsy. And so we get a wide variety of kids, and kids come from Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri to camp so far.
And Mary said earlier, she says, kids and teens living with epilepsy, they're told, about the things they can't do on a daily basis. So why is this camp so important? And what do those kids hear throughout the course of a regular day versus going to camp?
Sure. And that's what's so important about Camp YouCan. What really gets people excited about it is because a lot of times kids ages 7 to 17 hear, you can't go on a ropes course. You can't be doing things alone. You can't be going swimming, archery, boating. Those just aren't things that you can be doing. Going to slumber parties, driving, all of these things with epilepsy you're told you can't do, and it can become a real bummer for kids and teens. So at Camp YouCan, we are able to let kids do all of these things and see what they can do.
I love looking at the video because otherwise we wouldn't know that this wasn't any other camp.
Right.
Based on the activities.
Yeah.
We see them on the water, they're fishing, you mentioned it, the ropes courses and the zip lines and, going back and doing some of these fun get to know each other activities. What are some of the highlights of camp throughout the course of the few days?
The highlights, I think, are just seeing the kids when they come to camp, a little nervous, maybe not away from home. Mom and dad are nervous, never had their little one away from home.
Petrified, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe a little nervous that they haven't told any friends about their epilepsy, that, oh my gosh, what if someone sees me have a seizure? And just in those 4 days, you see an increase in confidence in these kids who said, I'm not going to try the ropes course. Are you kidding me? No way. And they see other kids doing it, and so they try it themselves.
I just got chills thinking about that sense of empowerment.
Yeah, that's
for the
exactly,
kids.
and that's one of our goals at camp, is to empower them and to let them see all that they can do, and to also let them see that they're really not alone in their diagnosis of epilepsy, and that there are other kids going through the same things that they are.
Yeah, but it's also important to get some foundation of what they do go through on a daily basis. What do kids living with epilepsy, what do they go through? What are some of the challenges they face?
Well, a lot of them really, they get that diagnosis, and in some ways they have to grow up like that. They have to start taking a daily medication. They have to start getting tests run. Some of them need special assistance in school. Some of them can't play the sports that brothers and sisters get to play. And so it can be a real life changer with that diagnosis of epilepsy for the family.
And it's why having medical professionals on site during camp, and that's why we wanted to make sure the word safe was part of the way we led into this conversation, so the parents understand that you get all of that, and you've got people there who can help their kids. You're ready to go in case something happens.
Right, exactly. And being a nurse myself, I have safety as a #1 priority at camp, as well as fun. But we do have 3 registered nurses on staff at camp. We also have a neurologist that comes to camp and really gets the whole camp feel, but also provides that medical care to our kids that come. So we're, we're special in that way, that we can be able to give medications at camp, be able to take care of kids if they do have a seizure.
It is time to start thinking about camps. We've talked about some other summer camps on our program.
none like this.
None like this. I mean, there's a lot of snow coming tomorrow, a little bit, but
No,
so
we're
let's think
fast-forwarding
about
past that.
summer camps. So how do you register for a camp like this?
Yep, so it's a real easy to register for camp. We have a website, the MidwestYouCan.org, and parents can get on there and just click to register, and they'll be able to bring up all the paperwork that's needed.
The camp is June 1st through the 4th in Gretna at the Eastern Nebraska 4-H Center there, and you see the cost on the screen. But we're also looking at MidwestYouCan.org. That is the organization behind the camp. So when you go to the site, yep, you'll be able to read up on the camp, but there's a lot of other information there too that you might find valuable. If this conversation struck a chord, we think you're going to appreciate seeing the site completely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's
Thanks,
nice to
Meg.
meet you.
Yes,
Thanks
thank
a
you
lot.
for having me.
Thank
today.
you.
During his